Hello, children, visitors and repeat offenders alike. And today has been a fun day. It was completely overcast first thing this morning when I drank my breakfast. A little butter, a little cream, 4 raw egg yolks, and some coffee. And I finished that on the way to Home Depot because I did not go to Tai Chi today. We loaded up a small utility trailer that I already have. It's great for camping gear. And we've been framing. Because we live in land of wind. It's not always a tornado, but it's easy to get enough wind to knock the skirting down everywhere. So we've got framing done, 2x4 framing, and this is the pressure treated, chemically treated stuff that may not be great for the environment, but it will lead to less torn up vinyl skirting in the landfill in the long run. All the torn up vinyl skirting from the front and this part of the back is over here in a pile. And we've recovered what's reusable. Okay, I will pause this for a moment. Okay, I didn't have to pause it. The power tools are noisy, and that's about to happen. Yay, power tools. Alright, now I pause. Yep, power tools are still noisy. But there's more adults now than there was, so I can sit by the dog so he'll relax and drink his water and lay in the shade. We've got him a little playpen. Hey, puppy. Smile for the people. That way it's not just pure leash time while he's out here. He's not liking it. But we started right over here, and we have done framing all the way down to the end, and they're going across the front now, and we haven't even got to the expensive siding that's going to go on, but there's butterflies and a few wasps and gosh only knows what else. Another extension cord? Oh, that extension cord. There you go. Extension cords are fun. And when you're swapping back and forth between a circular saw and a drill, you kind of want to use them both. But you kind of got to make sure you've got the extension cord with you when you get done with one and walk toward the other. And we were giving Loki a hard time a minute ago about his near religious conviction towards not drilling pilot holes. If you don't want to split a piece of wood, you drill a pilot hole through it. You want it to be just a little too tight for your screws and nails to slide into, because you want it to bind. The fibers of the wood will bind against a screw or nail. I'm not saying I paid all the attention I should have paid in shop class. I liked metal shop better than wood shop. But you do want some kind of a hole because it relieves some of the pressure of just driving something straight into it. And then you don't get a cracked board. And the more expensive wood is, the less you're inclined to crack it. He's recovering from his inappropriately religious hatred of drilling pilot holes, because that always made it feel like twice as much of a job. And we've seen so many things get cracked along the years. We've also gotten in the habit of shutting off a breaker when he's working on things with a lot of power running through them. The man has browned out the house electricity through his body more than once. And I'm not talking about the 110, I'm talking about the 220. Someday we will be calling 911 to get an ambulance because I can't lift him. And they're going to examine him and say, is this your first heart attack? Is this your second? Is this your third? What? No. Well, actually, I'm doing everything I can to make sure the first one don't happen. I've got him on the plasma flow. And he sleeps on a grounding sheet. Which makes me happy. Hang on. Yeah, he hit his head on an air conditioner. We live in the southern states, which are way far different than living in, say, northern Germany or northern Scotland. You know, there it gets hot. It's not unusual for us to have days that are over 100 in the shade, 100 Fahrenheit, and it, you know, 100, you get 110, you don't think much about it. It's hard to say that anymore. But when it gets over 110, it's going to be 120 in your vehicle. You've got to open the door and wait a minute before you get in. And then you got to get in and turn the key long enough to lower the windows and start the air conditioning. And you raise the front windows so that you're containing the first bit is not just blowing straight out. And then you're putting one of the back windows halfway up, and then you're putting that one 3/4 up and the other one halfway up. And you're slowly trying to push the 120-degree heat away from you or your children or your defenseless baby. Because you know what? Human brains cook at 106 Fahrenheit. Irreparable damage, well, theoretically irreparable damage, occurs at 106. Yeah, I'm in this hat today. Because I don't know how late he's going to try to keep working. But we got blue skies above. And the clouds are down to just little tiny puffs. And it's a beautiful day, and I like that there's more help, and I can spend some time sitting next to the dog so that he'll calm his fuzzy butt down. And it is bluebonnet season in Central Texas. Although we haven't had much rain this spring, so they're hurting. They are hurting. There's not as many of them. They're not growing as tall. You really gotta have your eyes open to spot the blossoms. But they're out there. And my neighbors that are catty corner across the corner here have somebody's birthday, probably a little girl. Oh, maybe not, because the balloons that I can still see are white and blue. There had been more balloons, but I don't know if they popped in the wind or something. I don't know if it's a little kid's birthday or the teenagers that's moving around a bit, or one of the older folks, but I think it's going to at least be somebody young, because there has not been an insane amount of ghastly loud music. And I don't see any beer kegs. So it's not going to be somebody of drinking age. Now, depending how big a party is, or even a small family party, one of my friends says that the way to tell how old the birthday person is, and this takes some wiggle room because, it also depends on the number of people attending, but it's like the age of the kid they're having the party for, plus one, and that's how many beer cakes they'll buy. Although not everyone wants draft. They might be working on cans and bottles. I have no idea. I cook with beer. I don't drink it. Because, let me tell you, if you're making a beef stew and someone has a beer open, get it from them, pour a little in the beef stew. It's good. And if you're making chili and either you want a little different taste or it's getting thick in the bottom and you don't want it sticking too much, pour a little beer in there and use that currently loosened up state with the higher moisture content and unstick all the thickness from the bottom. I'm not eating that way lately. I have even seen not just bread recipes, but cakes and pies that you would put a little alcohol into, sometimes in the form of bourbon, sometimes, whatever you happen to have on hand. One of the easiest things to do with booze is you pour like 1 or 2 shots off, whatever you're going to use. Maybe you're making Jello shots. I have no clue. Everyone does something, right? But then you put 4 ounces of Madagascar vanilla beans down inside the bottle. You put the cap back on nice and tight. You find you a cool shady spot. Granted, in Texas, where it gets as hot as this on regular, and this is, for the record, we are at the end of May. No, it's not even May. I'm on the wrong M month. March. Me. Yeah, it is Saturday the 29th. It is the end of March. I've been wearing t-shirts. I've worn shorts more than once. Since Bob has still been getting snow, but no snow here. We had some nice rain the last couple of days. But like I said, the clouds are gone now. So over the next few days, I expect the bluebonnets will be doing better. And I have my chair pushed back a little bit for the shade. I'm still letting a little full sunlight hit me here and there, and glasses are off, but I have them with me because sawdust. Which, by the way, anyone who knows much about sanding knows that it's not sawdust anymore. It's man glitter. Shout out to Mads and Ava. Love you guys. They're on one of the This Is Our Lifestyle on a Boat kind of channels. I don't think that's the name of it. I think it's Sailing Athena, which might be changing soon because they're selling the single hull Athena, and they're rebuilding a twin hull catamaran. Mads does lots of how to find more storage, how to organize storage, how to make refrigeration work on a boat, and a lot of it is, oh glorious, sanding. And we've watched that channel since the very first video. His English has improved because he's not from here. It's like northern Denmark, I think. I don't care. It doesn't matter. He used to apologize about his English a lot. But he's very, very fluent now and getting better all the time. But he has the accent of his home country. And that's fine. And we've seen him covered with sawdust so many times. Because if you're replacing boards, you sand things and make it right and do it well. And he likes doing things right and making them very well. And we've watched a few other sailing channels, but we like that one best. And no, I'm not tipping my chair back. I'm just enjoying the fact that I have a folding style rocking chair to use. This is the same one I take camping. It's comfortable. I do have a much larger chair, and that's the bag it belongs in. We have a much larger chair that you need for someone who's way too heavy. That way, if I'm comfortable in this one, Rick can be comfortable in the other one. Loki. Or my son, or some of our friends that have weight issues to being too heavy. And that's why he's making another effort to drop weight. And I just don't see it happening as very fast or much at all. Because when you're processing alcohol out of your system, and he does like a really nice bourbon, but that puts your liver using the same processing, the same receptors and everything that you would use if you were processing fructose out of your system. Get another, did you grab the one on top of the package of water? Because that already had electrolytes in it? Okay. You could see why I was concerned we needed another box of screws. Okay. And we'll be unloading the sheets of stuff.
Yeah, that's next.
The job is shifting. I'm gonna have to shift the Chihuahua. Okay. Everybody. Yeah, the shade is disappearing on me. And it's about time to take the Chihuahua in. Although he's had water and shade the whole time he's been out. He's not going to want to go in, but he'll go in. He's a good boy. Y'all be good too. Take care of each other. Eat right. Eat what makes you feel good. I know when Nisha got started on going ketovore, and before she went full carnivore, she just felt a little bit better getting a tiny amount of carbs in. Which is really not surprising considering eggs are so healthy, and eggs have about 1 gram of carb per egg. Yeah, he's enjoying his shade and his little nose is going crazy. Oh, you know what? I'll just change the camera. How you doing, Dyson? You sniffing everything? Look at that nose go. Little tiny muscles next to the nose. Does it smell good? Yeah. The playpen has meant that chasing him, yelling at him, or putting him in the house every 10 minutes, then bringing him out because he's scratching at the door. And when he was a baby, we had the panels turned horizontal so that he could have a bigger area, but he got where he could jump over them real easy. Jumping over is not a safety feature. Jumping over is not even desired. Previous dog, anything this slightly built, he could have just leaned on it, would have gone over. And previous dog, although we were told his dam was half German Shepherd, his mysterious father might have been part Belgian Malinois. Cause that guy, good lord, if he got his, he had a flat football. He had chewed enough to flatten it. And he would play tug of war with it by getting hold of his end and carrying it around until somebody would play tug with him. And my son and my husband could just lift that football to the point that they could swing the dog around. And that might sound horrible, but if the dog is having a good time, you do it, right? And we're gonna have to roll up the pile of very much destroyed vinyl skirting material and put it into the second garbage bin, or tie bundles of it and put it on the trailer to go to the dump or into the red truck, because that's a lot of vinyl skirting. Looking for something? Okay, like I was saying, take care of each other. Try to find the good where possible. Be thankful. Pray for emergency responders when you see them in traffic. Fire trucks, ambulances, and police with their lights on. Because you can be thankful they're not responding to you having an emergency, and you can be hopeful that they'll be safe. Because fire trucks and ambulances get hit a lot. And officers are in danger all the time just putting a uniform on.
Ready?
What are we doing next? Oh.
Start cutting some
plywood. Yeah. Okay. Keep in mind, Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. Bye-bye.